Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Rebecca Brown filling in for Brooke Buckner. This week marked 55 years of the Special Olympics Arkansas Summer Games. And earlier today, THV11's Carter Threet was at Harding University for the final day of this year's games and has more on the festivities. Carter, how was it?
Rebecca, it was awesome, but maybe not for the reason you'd think. When you think of the Special Olympics, you think of the events, running, swimming, and throwing, and all those are great, but so are some of the programs they run that give even the youngest athletes their time in the spotlight. For 7-year-old Maggie, it's the Special Olympics Young Athletes program that's the highlight of her weekend. Addie Bell has been working with the program since the 5th grade and explains how it helps the little ones compete and gain valuable skills.
Our Young Athletes program is for ages 2 to 7 for kids with and without intellectual disabilities, and we really focus on the developmental skills in sports.
For Bell, she says the love and support that they can show the kids and the kids show them keeps her coming back. Cammie Powell would say the same, and as someone who's worked for the Special Olympics since 2013 and been volunteering longer than that, she's seen the growth firsthand.
We started with one Summer Games event. Now we have 240 competitions, 17 different sports, and we operate our competitions in 17 areas all across the state.
It all started earlier this week when law enforcement ran the ceremonial torch all across the state, stopping in Little Rock Thursday before making their way to Searcy and Harding University for the opening ceremonies.
Our athletes come ready to play. They also love joining their friends from all over the state. At opening ceremonies, it's great to hear everybody screaming and cheering on each other, getting ready for that full day of competition.
Those competitions were in full swing on Friday, and though a few were sadly rained out on Saturday, that didn't take away anyone's enthusiasm.
There you go.
Or ruin what was still an incredible weekend.
Special Olympics as a whole is an amazing organization for people with and without intellectual disabilities. It teaches you leadership skills and just life skills as a whole, and I highly recommend it.
And the good news is, if you want to get involved, you can. There are several different ways to do it, whether you're volunteering, coaching, or just cheering these athletes on. And all the information on how to do that is now on our website, thv11.com.
Thank you, Carter. Well, let's bring in meteorologist Simone Thomas. Now, Simone, folks are traveling this weekend. Can their plans be ruined with this rain, or what is happening? Can we see some sunshine?
Maybe not necessarily the plans ruined, but you definitely need to proceed with caution through the weekend, especially considering how much rain we already got today. The ground is saturated, so the next few rounds coming are really going to increase our flooding risk. Here's a look at how much rain we saw today in the capital city, just shy of 3/4 of an inch. Just to our north, though, in Searcy, over an inch of rain. Fort Smith is shy of 1.5 inches. West Memphis over to our east. Right now, the big winner in the state recording 2.5 inches of rain today. We've had a little bit of a break from the rain this afternoon, but more is on the way as early as overnight. Before sunrise tomorrow, we'll see some scattered storms moving into north central Arkansas. A little bit of a break in late morning, and then we'll have some spotty opportunities for storms in the afternoon. But like I mentioned, the ground is already saturated, so any heavy rain in these storms could lead to some flooding issues. There's also a low end risk of severe weather for Sunday, mainly for damaging winds and hail. We'll talk more about the rest of your holiday weekend and what you need to know coming up in that 7-day outlook.
Thanks, Simone. And even though millions will hit the road this weekend, that doesn't mean airports aren't packed as well. CBS's Ala Ballman has more from a rest stop along the New Jersey Turnpike.
Off the New Jersey Turnpike, we caught up with the Parks family headed to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Gettysburg is one of our favorite spots in the world.
The parks are some of the nearly 40 million Americans expected on the road this holiday weekend, about 1 million people more than last year, all enjoying slightly cheaper gas prices.
When the gas prices are cheaper and the hotel prices are cheaper, we have an opportunity to go on more ghost tours or go to a better restaurant.
In total, AAA says an estimated 45 million Americans are traveling this holiday weekend.
If this weekend is any indication of what's to come, it's going to be very busy on our roadways, at the airports.
The TSA expects to screen about 18 million people. Nearly 3 million were screened Thursday alone, making it the fourth busiest air travel day ever. Airfare prices are down about 8% compared to last year. Travel experts say that's partly due to airlines stripping away extras from the base fee.
If they're fine with the middle seat, if they're fine packing light, not bringing a bag, this is an excellent way to save.
Also fueling the discounts is the drop in foreign tourists visiting the U.S. International visits were down 14% in March.
What that means for American travelers staying within the U.S. is that this is a good time to get a good deal because you are not competing with as many international travelers.
And while airfare and gas prices are down, experts say traveling this summer could still cost about 12% more than before the pandemic. And tariff threats, they say, could bring up prices by the end of this summer, so get the deals while they last. Allie Bauman, CBS News, New Jersey.
Tonight, the suspect from last month's shooting on UCA campus is now behind bars. Zion Jackson, now the fourth man taken into custody from that incident in Conway, the same weekend as the deadly shooting at a public park. Jackson had been on the run since April 19th when police say at least 4 people with guns opened fire and left 1 person hurt. He was almost caught twice in Hazen last week, but ran off from a traffic stop as officers figured out his ID and later managed to escape despite police using a pit maneuver to stop an allegedly stolen truck. In Conway, he faces charges of terroristic threatening and battery, but he also faces charges in Florida, Georgia, and Hazen. We've also got an update on an incident out of North Little Rock. During a routine traffic stop, police say 27-year-old Jacob Goffstenik jumped out of a car near the Motel 6 on McCain, allegedly pulled out a gun and took off running into a nearby parking lot. Officers chased after him, and according to investigators, Goff fired multiple shots and officers returned fire. Goff was treated for his injuries, and once in custody, officers say they found 4 bags of suspected meth, a bag of fentanyl, and 2 digital scales. Goff is now facing several charges, including attempted capital murder, fleeing, and drug possession. Meanwhile, the Arkansas Supreme Court will let a lawsuit against the state prison board move forward after overturning a lower court ruling. Attorney General Tim Griffin filed the case nearly a year and a half ago. In it, he accuses the Board of Corrections of violating FOIA laws when they held closed meeting and hired an outside lawyer without his approval. Those moves came amid power struggle after the board rejected a previous prison expansion plan from state leaders. Now, the court's ruling could clarify how much power the board really has and how transparent it has to be. As temperatures heat up, so do scams. Experts say this is a time of year when con artists kick things into high gear, taking advantage of the summer rush. I spoke with those experts on how you can make sure you stay one step ahead and avoid becoming the next target.
And what I will say is that is really the time that we're most vulnerable to fraud.
It's that time of the year, back-to-back holidays, vacations, and warmer weather, keeping people busy, leading them to make quick, on-the-fly decisions. But Kara Carlin with the Better Business Bureau warns those impulsive moves could open the door to costly scams.
During the summer time is really those moving scams right around now because it's National Moving Month. We have a lot of people moving after the school year ends. We also see those travel fraud, having to do with fake rentals or travel deals on flights or car rentals, those types of things.
Carlin says fake summer job offers and event ticket scams are also common schemes they see this time of year.
They're kind of counting on us to be off of our guard, to be in a hurry, to be rushed. So again, just slowing down, taking your time and keeping those, general scam tips in mind.
The BBB shared these simple tips. First, take your time. Scammers often shouldn't pressure you to act quickly. Second, do your research. Watch out for misspellings or anything that seems off. And finally, never pay using unusual methods.
They're going to send you money, so it's good for you, but what they're saying is they need part of that money back. So they'll ask for that in different ways. Most commonly we see they ask for a gift card. If they're asking you to send them a picture of a gift card you have purchased, that is not a legitimate transaction that we should complete and send that fraudster that information.
If you do fall victim to a scam, Mary Sue Pryor with First Arkansas Bank and Trust says there are key steps you should take right away.
You should immediately go in, close your card, and put that card on hold, and then contact your bank. Contact us, visit one of our branches. We've helped work through exactly what we need to do to either get you a new debit card, a new account. We may need to take steps to get your identity protected so that next time you call in, your information won't be compromised.
And if you're still having issues or know of a business scam, you are encouraged to contact the Attorney General's office. Meanwhile, a dangerous parasite called the screwworm just beyond our borders has the USDA sending warnings to ranchers and consumers, and it could cause beef prices to skyrocket if it gets to the U.S. The parasite is a fly that lays its eggs into an open wound, and those eggs eat on living tissue, kind of like a maggot. It was eradicated in the 60s here in the U.S., and the UADA and USDA are hoping that putting a pause on cattle coming into the country will decrease the threat of it. That, however, means the beef industry could soon look very different. If you are a cattle owner, stay vigilant, and checking your animals for wounds is the best prevention practice against screwworms. This weekend is about much more than just firing up the grill for some barbecue or sitting back and enjoying the long weekend. It's about honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And at the Little Rock National Cemetery, that message was not forgotten at all today. Every year, Jeff Watts and the Rally Point Nonprofit Council lay out as many flags as they can to make sure that we always remember those who were lost in service. It's a simple tradition with a powerful message.
I'm a veteran. My dad's a veteran. We've got veterans in our families. It's just again a time to stop and be still for a moment and remember the sacrifice. We're a blessed country. We're a blessed nation. And the reason we're a blessed nation is because of the sacrifice of these heroic men and women out here.
And yesterday, First Word Living Grace Pantry in Pine Bluff helped people get prepared for the weekend by giving back. The event brought neighbors together to reflect on the cost that often comes with fighting for our country. People received a free barbecue meal, compliments of Interim Fire Chief Randy Compton, and then got groceries to take home. But more importantly, it's the price on giving back that organizers like Director Deborah Allen are focused on.
It's priceless. It's priceless. I love giving back to my hometown. It's priceless. It makes me feel like a millionaire. Even though I got $20 in the bank, I feel like a millionaire giving back to my community.
And Miss Allen is just getting warmed up with the summer cereal drive coming into town in a couple of weeks. She is our main organizer down there. And all the cereal we can collect in Pine Bluff goes to that organization. Our community drives officially kick off on June 2nd. That's just a week from this Monday. You can find a list of dates and locations, plus ways to donate right now on THB11.com, or text the word cereal to 501-376-1111 and we'll send the link straight to your phone.
Now, strong to severe storms are possible for your Sunday, with the main hazards being that flooding risk as well as damaging winds. Full details on the week ahead are coming up in 4 minutes in your 7-day outlook.
2 Arkansas natives have taken their basketball skills from Northside High School all the way to the NBA. Coming up, we'll look at the impact Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams' playoff run with the Thunder is having on their hometown.